So, of course, out of the box, next is Chasing Amy, Kevin Smith's movie in the collection. So, we're going to watch. I already watched Chasing Amy, so let's just run this intro because I. All right, Chasing Amy, what it's about. I don't know what number. I think this is number 3 in actual Kevin Smith filmography. I think he did Clerks, Mallrats, and then this one, and then it was Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back, then Dogma, then Clerks 2, and then you get Red State, Tusk, and then Yoga Houses, and then is that it? I thought he did something else. Maybe that was it after Yoga Houses. Then he's now doing the Jane Silent Bob reboot. But I guess there's one in between. Anyway, this is about Chasing Amy. What's it about? Ben Affleck, Jason Lee, comic book writers for Chronic and Bluntman and Chronic, and Ben Affleck is liking this girl. But little did he know the girl is a lesbian. Or is she a lesbian? Is she bi? But Ben Affleck can't get her out of his head. He loves her, but does she love him back? So this is a very strongly written movie. This is very much should have been weird thing. Fun fact. So this does have like Ben Affleck, Jason, like I said, Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes. It does have Matt Damon in it. Fun fact. Matt Damon is maybe in this for 30 seconds. It's a funny movie. But when you think about that, what am I pointing at? I'm pointing at Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Robin Williams. That came out the same year as Chasing Amy. Pretty crazy, right? And the funny thing is, Chasing Amy should have been nominated for at least an Oscar for the original screenplay to go up with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. That would be hysterical, and it should happen because Chasing Amy is a brilliantly written movie. It is brilliant of how it is shot. It is pretty, you could tell it's still a very low budget because I don't think Kevin Smith was given that much money to make these movies, but the script is spot on. This is, oh my gosh, oh yeah, this is an Academy Award winning script, guys. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, this is Kevin Smith most original, smart. It's a very smart movie that it just like, can you love someone of the opposite sex? And then can the opposite sex know that they're gay, turn straight in love? Like, can they love someone and change teams, if you want to put it that way? If you're like, oh, it's impossible. But this movie kind of asks that of even if you listen to Howard Stern interview with Neil Patrick Harris, he even said he had sex with girls when he was in high school, but it just didn't. It felt awkward, but he still loved them. He still did stuff with them. He still had sex with them, but he realized he was gay. So he, ventured out because he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, he knew he was attracted to them, and he even said, friction always feels good. So it's like one of those things where you can't be like, oh, you're being offensive. I'm not. It's people's lives I'm talking about where just like, Chasing Amy is not really the main character. Chasing Amy is actually Kevin Smith's dialogue in this movie about how he's been chasing a lady and he screwed up because he is mental, just what she's done in her past sexually, he just couldn't get past. And that's kind of Ben Affleck's fault in this movie of she's gay, but, a yearbook comes out in the story and something comes out from her past. And Ben Affleck can't get that out of the head of he thought he was the first dude in her life and he assumes that he's got to do stuff with other people. But this movie is smart, it's funny, there is some negative. I would say some dialogue is very Quentin Tarantino-esque. And what do I mean by that? Because you're like, oh, what does that mean? Some Quentin Tarantino dialogue in some movies is just too much and almost, I want to say pompous. That is a completely wrong word because some of his dialogue is amazing, but I'd say the worst example would be Jackie Brown. I watched and I was like, there's just too much dialogue in this. And even though how much I love Kill Bill Volume 2, Kill Bill Volume 2 has some a little bit too much dialogue scenes. You're just like, okay, can we come on, speed it up a little bit? And this is the same thing with Chasing Amy. There were some scenes in the middle of the movie where you're just like, okay, I understand what you're going for, but can we speed it up just a little bit? But there's still like, I can't say that. That was mostly between Ben Affleck and the main girl's name, which I'm totally blanking out. So I'm going to grab the thing I dropped. What's her name? Joey Lauren Adams. Yes. Just with him and Ben Affleck, some of the dialogue was too much. But when it was like Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, and Ben Affleck, perfect. When it was Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, perfect. When it was like Jason Lee, Joey, and Ben, perfect. But some of the Ben Affleck, Joey dialogue was just a little bit too long. In something like the hockey scene was needed. There's some like when they're in the bed or something. So I don't know. What would I change? Some of it. I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not as famous as Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is way more talented than I am. But Chasing Amy, it's a great movie. You gotta watch it because it is an amazing movie. Like, would I watch with my parents? It would be hard to watch with my mom. My dad, I don't know if he might find it a little boring just because he's kind of like that. I don't know. He's not really, it's like chick flick kind of side, and that's not really what my dad would watch. But he loved Jane and Silent Bob, and he wants to see the reboot. So there's that. Maybe he would watch Chasing Amy. I don't know, though. But I love the movie. I like how it looks. There was some great, I mean, you can tell it's from a cheap movie. Like, just he didn't have the budget, so it still worked well with some of the great camera pans. And there's a scene where Jason Lee and Joey were talking about like their sexual escapades in high school, and there were some scenes like flashbacks, so that was kind of funny. But no, it looked great. It sounds amazing by just the dialogue itself, and it is just a great movie. Like, you just gotta admire Kevin Smith for what money he has or had at that point in his life and what he could actually create. Because I don't know how much money he had for this, because I know he said his biggest movie was Dogma, and I think that was after Jane and Silent Bob reboot. So he was going up, and now he's kind of like cruising of like, yeah, I'm doing what I want, and I like doing what I want. So Chasing Amy will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons. He goes at 90%. Let's see what the critics and user scores gave this film. So you have the users 83% with 196,993, and the critics an 87 with 84. And here's critic consensus. Chasing Amy explores general rules, sexual mores, and the limits of friendship with a mixture of sensitivity, raw honesty, and director, screenwriter Kevin Smith's signature raunchy humor. I have to agree. Actually, this raunchy humor is more real humor. Of course, like, there's some words in this movie that people are like, oh my god, that's too offensive. It's like, but is it though? Can you just calm down a little bit, because it's just a word and it's not supposed to be an offensive word. So, but yeah, I could just see a lot of people that, I wouldn't say maybe millennials actually, that would just be like, he said that word? What? The woke culture? What? But anyway, great movie. Do you agree with the 83, 87, or 90% chase like the Blue Futon? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Blutopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. And now it's time to go on that phone and do a random movie. Let's see what I'm going to get. Actually, let's do it right now. Let's see here. Let's go to random number generator. Random.